President-elect Trump is naming Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be his health secretary. This tees up another major clash in these new cabinet wars. This one between medical science and a notoriously unreliable political activist with no serious experience as a doctor or a federal government official. Kennedy's links here are more political than medical. That is kind of the first most important thing anyone should know if you're only catching up with this now. RFK Jr. ran an extremist and long-shot presidential campaign, which basically traded on his family's legacy name in a far-gone era of Democratic politics. And he traded that in to cozy up to Donald Trump after he dropped out of a race that was clearly unwinnable for many different reasons. Donald Trump vowed before Election Day that he was going to let RFK Jr., quote, go wild on health, fully knowing the fact-free and sometimes deceitful and lying and conspiracy theory-riddled rhetoric of RFK Jr. This is not a person who has distinguished himself in medical science or factual work or journalistic reporting about science. That's just not who he is or was. This is, through President-elect Trump's choices, the very direct weakening and mocking of government posts by proposing to fill them with figures who are already publicly on the record opposing the very departments they seek to run and the very work of those departments. So you put someone anti-science who has been completely fact-checked by every major medical authority to allegedly oversee those same medical authorities. Kennedy's baseless claims have included things like falsely saying Wi-Fi causes cancer. It does not. That it causes, quote, leaky brain, which is not a medical term. That school shootings are all caused by antidepressants, which is flatly false and can be, of course, discredited by any international comparison of the various issues. That chemicals in the water make children automatically transgender. No medical science supports the water link theory there, if you want to call it a theory. And he has said, again, not a doctor, not a scientist, but he is out here getting ready to try to take over control of some of these agencies that are related. He has claimed, quote, AIDS may not be caused by HIV.
There's 25% of Americans who believe that they know somebody who was killed by a COVID vaccine.
Killed?
Killed. 25% of Americans. I knew in May of 2020 that the vaccines were not going to protect against transmission because I was actually reading the monkey studies.
The Centers for Disease Control chief has already warned prior to today's news that RFK's misinformation from a place of power is dangerous to the public. This affects you. This affects your safety. If you have family, older, younger, parents, children, this affects their safety. If you are the more informed person in your community, then you will be someone who can do something positive, citizen to citizen, person to person, parent to parent, dealing with what will come out of this.